Hi there, Bonnie Power here. Today I wanted to talk to you about what steps, what tips you could start thinking about in order to nurture all of the leads that you'll be getting in your LinkedIn marketing campaign. So there's 4 big tips that I wanted to share with you today. The first tip is that ideally you're going to have a lead nurturing system. And by system, I mean a CRM or an email marketing campaign that helps to provide more education, more reasons, like basically giving them information that's going to turn them from being a fairly cold prospect on LinkedIn to a really warm prospect who is actually going to be asking for a proposal or to find out more about it. So that's where we want to get them to be, from sort of cold to warm. And the best way to do that is to get them off LinkedIn for a start, so that you've got more control. So we start warming them up on LinkedIn, but then what we want is to get them into an email marketing sequence or some sort of a campaign that's going to help to educate them about the problem, firstly, that you are going to help to solve, and then how your service offering actually resolves that issue. So that's a sequence of maybe 6, 7, maybe more emails that you can just move from, move your connections through. The next step is going to be to build strong relationships, and so that's the tip. So the thing is that we can't just expect these people who really only know us as a LinkedIn connection to then within 1 week they'll become buyers. So we need to start to have really good conversations with them, and we need to look at the long-term prospects of what we're building. We're building a really great channel with our business community. So before you contact anybody, I would be thinking that the best step is to review, obviously, their LinkedIn profile. Look at their company page, see how many staff they've got, have a look at the staff, see if they've got anybody who could be another decision maker around the service that you are offering. Have a look at how many people are working in the company, have a look at their company website. So spend a couple of minutes getting familiar with them before you reach out. When they do reach out to the marketing messages that we're going to be sending on LinkedIn, some of them are going to ask, questions about, your topic. Other people are going to be saying, yes, I'm interested to know more. Some people might say, I'm interested, but can you get back to me in 3 or 4 months' time? So these are all, good, solid leads. These are people who need to be nurtured. So the response that you will have to these people is going to be guided on how they're responding to the marketing messages that are sent from your profile. Now, the third little bit that I've got here is understand that some connections will actually, be pretty slow. They want to, develop a relationship. They want to just test you and see, get a feel for you before they actually say that they're interested. And this is pretty much normal, especially, here in Australia. We want to get to know somebody before we do business with them. So you have to be sort of patient and work through that process of, developing that rapport with them. And that could mean either, several back and forth chats on LinkedIn. It could mean having a conversation on LinkedIn, having a real conversation on the phone, or even a coffee chat, and then they might sort of retract and be, lay dormant for a little bit. But you've got to understand that everyone takes their own time. You've got to respect that you're building a long-term business here, and some people are not going to come straight out of the gate to buy, and for you to have a system that, obviously with a CRM and the lead nurturing, that will keep them bubbling along until they're ready to take the next step with you. Step number 3 is to qualify your prospects using these 3 methods. So with LinkedIn, you're going to get all sorts of connections. You're going to get sort of like the or with regards to prospects. You'll get people who are tire kickers, probably. There's always some of that. When you're doing outbound marketing, when you're going out, connecting with people, reaching out to them, asking them questions, seeing if they're interested in having a conversation with you, you are going to attract inevitably some people who are probably not going to buy but want to take up your time, and that's super annoying for everybody. And what we've got to do is find out a way that we can find out those people, so we sort of push them aside nicely and respectfully. And the best way I find is by thinking about some questions that you can ask while you're chatting with them on LinkedIn that will fairly quickly get to the point without being too forward. You see if they're interested or not. So that's the first bit. Have some questions that you can help to qualify the connection. The next bit is to straight away offer a key piece of content that you can offer to everybody who connects with you, and it's usually in the thank you message. I love this bit because this actually helps you to get them from being a LinkedIn, connection over to your website. And then what you'll do is to give them something that's really valuable but easily digestible. So it's not like necessarily a 50-page white paper or anything like that. It's just a one-page, checklist, or a one-page, diagnostic to help them learn more about the impact of their current situation, if they don't sort of do something about it, or something like that, to help them to see you as somebody who can help them solve the problem in a helpful way. And we'll, when you come on board with Perfect Boom, we will be looking at that. So that's a key thing that we're going to be in a strategy session asking you, what piece of content can you offer people that's going to help them to learn more and to know that they actually need your services a lot more than what they thought that they did, for example. And now the last point is to allow 3 to 6 months of lead nurturing. Have a system, and this could be like maybe a sequence of those emails. Maybe you'll have a webinar if your people, your prospects are open to webinars. Maybe you've got a live event that you can offer them to. That's awesome as well, because anything that's really going to help them move from sort of just LinkedIn connection to somebody who actually knows you and starting to get to really trust that you are the key person in your industry. So the last tip that I've got is to be prepared for immediate inquiries, because there's usually about 3% of the population that are ready to buy now. They've got a problem and they actually want to solve it, and you have just connected with them at the right time. So what I would love you to have is a one-pager that you can, like a PDF or something like that, that just gives a very quick overview of the benefits of your service, what type of clients you generally help or assist, and take a call to action on what the next step would be. So it's something that's sort of enticing. So some sort of marketing collateral that you can easily respond to those people who are interested to know more. You just email them over that through LinkedIn or even through email. Another one that works really well is to offer them a Calendly link or an online sort of scheduling service. I use Calendly because it's really reliable and it's free and it looks, it's really easy to use. So what I say is, hi John, thanks for your inquiry. I'd love to chat more with you to learn more about how we can help you. Could you please click the link below and choose a time that best suits you, and then finish by saying I look forward to talking with you soon, kind regards, Bonnie. So something like that, like that's an easy way to get them, because trying to organise the time that they're available, you're available, you could lose a couple of days in trying to actually schedule a time. So I think we're coming, like it's 2018, we're actually really sophisticated, most of us, with using online calendars now, and we can really leverage the technology. It's awesome. So to make everybody much more time efficient. The last point that I want to raise is moving the leads that we're going to be giving you. So we're going to be presenting these to you in a Google sheet, and we're going to have our own sort of data that we move, and it's all manual. So we're doing this meticulously. So once the lead or the person who sort of raised their hand to say, yes, I'm interested, we put their name, their company, their job title, everything that you probably want in a CRM. So you can simply export it to your chosen CRM. And then you can, obviously educate them more with your topic. You can show them case studies of how other clients have used your services and received great results, all of that sort of thing. So, and if you're not sure about the sort of content that you should be drip feeding them through this process to nurture them, that is one of the things that we can talk about in the strategy session that will come just after we've updated your LinkedIn profile. So I hope that helps. It's giving you an overview. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I look forward to working with you soon. Thank you.